there we have the tree whisperer, the lion communicator, the guy who's connected with trees, grass, the ecosystem, and all things safari. Welcome, Kingsley. I say this because we spent a couple of days with Kingsley as our guide, and he's been educating us on all manner of things. I think my geography is going to be sort of A grade by the time I get home.
Well, I hope so.
I'm sure you've seen so much in your time out here in the wild. When tourists come, because when we're watching National Geographic and all these exciting stories about nature gone wild,
True.
etc., there's always that one tourist, right, who thinks that they have dominion over animals. They can walk up to a lion, stroke its mane, and take pretty pictures. I want to get that guide, the do not do under any circumstances guide from your experience for anybody who's thinking about coming out on safari.
What I would like to say to our viewers is, the wild is the wild. This is the real deal. You wake up in the morning and you have a lion close to your tent.
Facts.
I think you've got that experience. So it's a thing whereby guests need to come out here and see this thing, as beautiful as it is, but at the same time they need to have that thought in their mind that they know that this is the wild. This is the real deal, not a zoo. It's the real deal.
We're setting up artificial structures in the middle of the savannah. I want to talk to two things. One, sustainability, but also just this idea of respecting nature and respecting the wild. And I think some of these attitudes come from that place of assuming that because we're men, we're able to interact with animals and they'll kind of respond to us in a way that isn't quite natural to them, quite frankly.
You've got to respect your animals. Look, we have come and introduced these artificial structures. You are in a safari vehicle, you're going out on a safari. The moment you jump out of the vehicle, you've exposed yourself. As a human being, your scent is familiar to them. You are a threat to them. So the do's and don'ts, view what your guide tells you, do exactly that. Otherwise, we have one of those statistics. But
so we shouldn't be going out taking selfies with the pride of lions and
not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
good.
And I think just that whole idea of maybe a tourist going to Thailand and having a certain interactions with elephants there versus African elephants. This is a completely different type of species. This is where the education comes in around how to stay alive in the African wild. This should be a series, actually, how to stay alive in the African wild.
So apparently, you have a scenario whereby you have certain zones with animals. You have what we call a flight zone, you have what you call a fight zone, and then you have what we call a safe zone. So there are certain distances that an animal will let you get to before they can actually react in a certain way. For instance, if you say we're 20 meters away from a lion, he would probably think, okay, they're just looking at me. And then say, get to 15 meters. He thinks, okay, they're getting rather uncomfortably close.
Personal distance. We talk about this on professional
Personal
tribes in the
distance,
workplace.
yes.
It applies to the bush as well, clearly.
Personal distance, yes. And then from there, you get closer, and then he thinks, okay, I got to protect myself.
Right.
He's getting territorial now because he doesn't know what your intentions are,
Right.
what you want to do. So in most cases, people don't understand what to do around animals. They think, I can go pet an elephant. I can go. I tell you, that is not a good idea. They're wild. They've got no relation to us. But not saying that this is not a safe environment. It's safe, but there are safety precautions that need to be heeded.
And then, should I, for some random reason, find myself face to face with a lion as I leave my tent with no guides in sight, what should I do?
Okay, so whatever you do, don't run.
Okay.
That's the motto here in Africa. Whatever you do, don't run. Try stand your ground if you can, slowly. Start reversing backwards and back into your area.
While facing it, don't turn your back, so face to face, just take steps backwards.
Just back pace slowly until you are at a safe position. But whatever you do, do not run. It's a typical cat behavior.
Game time.
Yeah. You start running and then they think, oh, prey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you gotta move slowly backwards and back into your area. But let's preach the beautiful part about everything. I've got a passion about these animals that my heart melts every time I'm out here and I'm with animals, I'm with lions, I'm with elephants. Everything is just so beautiful. And wilderness provides that area where you have this encounter with these animals, and I tell you, there are some really memorable times.
Sure,
Yes.
sure. Now, I must say that the experience over here has been absolutely delightful, and you've been a fantastic, fantastic tour guide. I'm sure Yvonne, who is my buddy on this trip, will attest to this. In fact, we'll hear her views as well shortly. But I really wanted to say thank you for the education. Thank you for teaching us about palm trees being grass, technically, and words that I still need to kind of look up in the dictionary. Words that I still need to look up in the dictionary because, yeah, Kingsley brings it when he's describing nature. Your face does come alive, and it's very evident that you're passionate about what you do. I think for anyone who's looking or seeking out a career, there's nothing like loving the work that you do. So it's inspiring to see you in your zone doing this.
I guess you can't really call it a job. It's a passion.
Okay.
It's a passion. Yes.
Sure, sure. Well, Kingsley, thanks so much for being on Professional Tribes and for hosting us in Linkwasha.
Well, thank you very much. We hope that you continue to give us more wings.
Wilderness Safari, yes, you heard it first. Wilderness Safari, Linkwasha Camp is your place to go.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Kingsley.